All right, yeah. So I think we're going to be stuck in this server error for a while. So Burks made a concern thread. I just noticed that it's got a concern tag on it, but it's definitely worthy of the concern tag. So him and I were talking about this Saturday night, and he decided to make a post, and he titled it, "Don't Let 4.0 Kill the 4.0 Hype." With over 100 plus hours in 4.0, I'd like to weigh in on the launch that may or may not still be happening this year. Yeah, we don't actually know, but it really feels like they're trying to push it out, right? The good, this patch, regardless of what some say, is a massive step forward. I don't know who says that it's not. It's a big step forward, obviously, from the technical side. And I'll go with contested zones. I have not completed a new mission yet, so I can't say anything on that. Server meshing definitely has its issues, but this is what this patch is all about. Jump points, tons of beautiful planets and POIs. Oh, yeah. New smuggling routes. I don't know much about this either. Economy changes for sure. Mining and salvaging opportunities, maybe. We'll see. They got to fix those as well. And a full wipe, which is awesome. I think the best part actually is the full wipe. Let's go. I have a really cool idea for this as well, and I'm looking forward to doing it. The bad. With the introduction of server meshing, it has led to massive desync in both ships and FPS gameplay, invisible players in FPS because of exaggerated desync, hit reg issues, FPS gun handling issues, which is, I mean, that's always been there. I think you're just noticing it because you're way more involved in doing FPS in the game at all. The exact same issues that we're experiencing with gun handling are in Arena Commander as well. Hangars and elevators not working. Missions still not working properly in Pyro mainly. Airlocks locking up after one use at FOBs and POIs. Falling through planets. And many more problems. While some patches have been good at first, usually these problems only show themselves after the 24-hour and 48-hour mark. The problem. We will not be able to recopy our account on live to fix these issues, right? If you know that the elevators are working on Ruin Station, but they're not working on Obituary, and you're on Obituary, you could just go to Ruin Station by recopying in the PTU, and you're able to still experience the game. If this happens on live, you're screwed. You're done. And then you're just logging in every day to find out if you can play or not that day, right? CZs will become pointless with this much desync. Yep. Doing missions at new locations doesn't matter if we're just going to fall through the planet or the mission breaks. Not to mention the PTU always performs better than live by a large margin. Example, new player tutorial for 324 PTU was working almost 100% of the time. Tested countless times myself. After launch, it's maybe 50-50 because of a broken step, elevator, hangar. Yep. It's bad. You're all good, Burks. CIG, please do not release this patch unless you are sure you can provide a playable experience. I'm not asking for perfect, just playable. Yeah, that's what people... Okay, so I made a similar comment on Week in Review, and I had a lot of people in my comments going, Star Citizen is a testing environment. All of them are testing environments. There's a difference between this. And I see it in bold, so I'll get to it. I'm sure some people are even reading this now thinking, no, we've been waiting long enough. Sure. So send it to Open PTU ASAP and let the build cook. We either are waiting because it's unplayable on live, or we get to test it on the PTU until it is. The latter sounds way better considering the amount of people that are waiting on 4.0 to play again is huge. This is everything. There will only be one 4.0 launch. If this was 325... it has much less meaning on the wider gaming community, the outside world. It means a lot less if this was 325. But if you say 4.0 and all these new experiences that people, not just on the outside, but people that have been on the inside for a while and are just waiting for something, like Burke said, they're going to come in and they're not even going to be able to leave the hab area, right? Like we're providing a 318 level of experience on 318's launch. Even though you weren't even able to log in on 318, you're still not able to play. I'll link the post to you guys so you can upvote it and comment and things like that. There will only be one 4.0 launch. That is the best way to say this. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. There's only one time that you get to do this, and they're actively trying to fuck this up. I love this game, and I want this patch to get the hype it deserves. There's some amazing content in that with servers working, and it's extremely fun. No matter what you do, we're counting on you guys at the top to make the right decision. Thanks for reading. It did pretty well. It only got 11 Picard palms and clown faces, so that's pretty good. Holy, this is the best meme of all time. Never ask a woman her age, a man his salary, or CIG to delay a sales event. Oh my goodness. Burks, I got to upvote this before I upvote you. Or I already upvoted you. Yep. We're counting on you guys at the top to make the right decision. What makes you think they're going to start now? Oh, gosh. Rabid Crabs took the opportunity to put a issue council report in there for some reason. And I'm just looking for the memes. I actually fired up Elite Dangerous over the weekend. Too much fail from CIG these days. Elite's making moves too, aren't they? So this guy took the opportunity to talk about master modes. Unfortunately, the comments aren't that good, but the original post is all we really needed there. So let me go ahead and link you guys the post. And yeah, there's only one 4.0 launch. Please don't mess this up, right? It just comes down to if we have another 318 experience, I think what they just don't understand is that can you possibly, like what I'm asking for is CIG, I'm begging, can you possibly delay the patch by 2 months financially? Like we know you want to make your money. Would it kill you to wait 2 months and do a big sale and have it functioning better in 2 months' time? Because the amount of people that would spend more, buy more, all those things would be exponentially higher if the game was more fun. Are they not noticing the trend? Why did CIG make less money this year than last year? Broken promises, broken patches, broken experiences. That's why you made less money. That's why you made less money this year. Not necessarily because the ships weren't as interesting, even though they weren't. You did not provide a good in-game experience anymore to facilitate ship sales. You never had to before, but it's very clear that you do now. They still made $100 million, but they made less. Yeah, Jared literally got on camera, said this was going to be the best year ever, and it wasn't. It wasn't. Yeah, what's the difference between failing now and failing in January? It just all comes down to when is the fix for elevators going to happen? The actual fix. So I'm saying 2 months. I have no idea. The fix could be 6 months. But that's what I'm looking for. Is just nobody's asking for it to be ready. I never said January either. I said 2 months, like February, something like that. And it could be a stronger Band-Aid. I have no idea, like what they're doing now with just straight up spawning us in our hangars. Allowing us to teleport somewhere. I don't know. But there has to be a way to work around that issue. I don't think if the desync is there, the desync's there. That doesn't even bother me as much. What bothers me is a brand new player coming into the game and not being able to leave their hab and even see the desync in the first place. That's where my line is. It's clear that Burks' line is like a little bit farther. But for me, it's like, if there is a game-breaking experience, completely game-breaking, desync is horrible. Don't get me wrong. Desync's horrible. but not as many people are going to care about the desync issue as they are going to be able to play it all, right? That's all my argument is. Yeah, invisible players is game breaking. Desync is game breaking. Missions not working is game breaking. But those aren't actually game breaking bugs. The game breaking bug is falling through the planet and not being able to leave your hab. The other ones are really bad, but they're not necessarily game breaking because they don't force you to log out to work around them, or they don't force you to recopy your account to work around them. But yeah, that's just arguing semantics, which is not, there's no point in that. They're all fucking horrible bugs. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. I think Burks made a really, really good post. I think you guys should go check it out and give your thoughts on it, because CIG needs to hear this. And I don't know if they're just too blinded by money or whatever, or just the idea of saying they released the patch. It almost feels like that's all they're trying to do, is just say they put out 4.0 this year, just to say they did it. Right? Yeah, from a minor salvager perspective, desync isn't bad, exactly. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't need to get fixed, right? But yeah, that's just my thought process, is like they're blinded by like this like the way people perceive them, but what they don't get is the way we're going to perceive you is if you release this patch is significantly worse than if you delay it. Like, look at how much praise people get for delaying a patch and making it work, or delaying a game and then it coming out released and working, right? Look at games like Elden Ring. Look at games like
I want them to release their chargeback metrics after the first of the year.
Oh, what's the other one? Baldur's Gate, right? Baldur's Gate 3. Like, those games sat and they cooked and they're good. They released well and that's it, right? A bad release is way worse than a delayed release. So that's my thought process there. I think Burks nailed it. And that top comment was gold.